Hey there everybody, it's TheRooster here, and I have a nice little match of Rush attacking on Caspian border for you guys. Now the previous match right before this, the defending side of this map is actually available on my channel. Feel free to check that out, I think you guys will like it. It's very good teamwork, it really shows what two guys in a tank and one guy up in a MAV can do. Now right here, let me just tell you guys are probably new to me. This is my first video for Pixel Enemy. And I really don't play a lot of Rush. It's not that I don't like Rush, but I am much more of a conquest type player. It really plays into my playstyle really well. I like to be able to slay, but also to hop on objectives, things like that. It's not that, you know, arming and defending an MCOM aren't my style, but there's something about conquest that I just really love. That being said, about 95% of my games are played in conquest. I have a few TDM games that I've played throughout Battlefield 3's career, and really this was probably about the third game of Rush that I played other than in the beta. Obviously, I played a lot of the beta, and there was a lot of Rush in the beta. And right off the bat, I just gotta say, what was I thinking right here? I mean, clearly that white spot is a guy on a mortar. I don't know what I thought he was. I think at the time I thought he was graffiti on the wall, like some white paint. But, you know, by the time I realized, I think right here that he's a guy in a mortar as I get a little closer to him, but kind of busy with the guys running around me. So I get the spot on him, take him out, because obviously in a tank, I'm not going to want to leave a guy with a mortar sitting around me for too long. Obviously, that's a big danger to a tank. These guys running around, some of them are going to have rockets, but a lot of them are just going to be pretty easy to take out. You need to worry about mortars and other tanks. As right there, I take a bad shot at that tank and end up getting mortared from this gentleman apparently taking time off collecting change in the toll booth here and decides to, attack me with his mortar. That's fine, I'll deal with him later. Just because you work for the Department of Transportation, you think you can do whatever you want, but I'll have you know that those mortars cause holes in the pavement, which cost taxpayer money, okay? You can't just go around doing whatever you want to do and get away with it. No, someone will come and someone will probably kill you in a game like Battlefield 3 with a Humvee. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but that's probably what's going to happen because I know and I did it. And right here, what is my guy doing? I mean, why can't he get over this little concrete thing in between the bars? I mean, we have little kind of small parkour moves. We can hop over some things. Fire's hot, by the way, just in case you were not aware of this. But I mean, there are just some things where your guy gets stuck on something or he can't hop over something, and clearly he is no Levi Muenberg. If you are aware of who that is, congratulations, because you are awesome. But clearly he's no Levi Muenberg because it's pretty sad at some of the things you just can't hop over. And what's that? Mortar guy? Oh, you thought I forgot about you? No, I'm still here, and I've got that Humvee of which I spoke, and that's right. Did you know that the Humvee has a gunner seat? I did. I guess he didn't because he didn't get the hell out of there. But that's okay. He has his whole entire respawn to think about what he did wrong. Really mull it over and contemplate, what can I do better next time? But, wait, what is this? Johnny 5?
Is alive.
Yeah, how's that working out for you? Look, it's nothing personal, okay? I mean, I loved your movies as a child. I was a big fan of the Short Circuit movies, but they just really don't hold up over time now that I'm older. I've found new robots, okay? I found new robot movies. And, I mean, some of them actually have robots that look just like you, which really negates the need for you or Steve Guttenberg, okay? So, I'm just going to stick to movies like WALL-E by companies that actually make good movies, and we'll leave my little 80s nostalgia to throwing in little sound clips in my Battlefield videos. But yeah, I don't need to go watch the movies, and if I come across you on the street again, I'm just letting you know right now, I will shoot you. I will kill you. So just don't mess with me, okay? Because I'm not going to have it. But anyway, I want to get back to my video. Enough about crappy 80s movies, okay?
Don't blame me. I have the same agent as Nicolas Cage.
And I really did think that was another person sitting on that because his dead body is hung in an awkward position and it looks like he's holding it, but whatever. Not gonna nitpick. Run over here to the side. Don't realize that this is no man's land when I first ran over there. I figure I'm dead. There's a tank looking at me. There's no way I'm... Wow, I actually made it. I made it out of that. I can't believe yeah. Got my hopes up there. I think I was reaching for the stars, not so much. Wasn't going to work out in the long run, but it's okay. We'll eventually take this point. I'm confident. That is not nice, okay? I did not say anything about your mother. That is uncalled for, sir. Just because you're getting beat in a video game does not give you the right to insult my mother, okay? Only I can do that. That is my right. And I will do it as much as I want to, regardless of what my therapist says. But that's beside the point. Back to the gameplay. Taking out this tank here with my engineer class, because really, that's what the rockets are for. I mean, people want to complain about, oh, you used it on infantry. Hey, there is nothing wrong with using your rockets on infantry. There just isn't, okay? It's part of why they're in the kit. But obviously, if you see a tank, you need to put those rockets on that tank. I always use the explosive squad specialization, so you get those extra 5 rockets. It really makes a difference having that 10 over that 5. Especially if you can stay alive a long time, which I tend to do. You can really run out of rockets. I have some of my friends sometimes go, how are you always out of rockets? Because I don't die. I stay alive. I use my rockets. I shoot them at other vehicles. I shoot them at other infantry. And, you know, then I have to run around behind a support class going, give me ammo. Drop an ammo pack. Or what I usually end up doing, because usually support doesn't drop the pack for you that you need, you know, I end up picking up their kit if they're an engineer and taking their rockets. And what are you doing here? I'm just gonna kill your operator. I'm not even gonna deal with you. I'm done with you. Okay, I'm moving on. But you know, with the support kit, like I said, they don't usually drop it, so I'll end up killing an engineer, realizing that I've killed an engineer, pick up his kit, take his rockets, and now shoot his buddy's tank with his rockets. So usually that's the way I refill my rockets, just because you can't really count on a support guy being around, or if he's even around, just being a competent support guy. You really have to just kind of, unfortunately, make do with what you have and really get by yourself, because even though this is a squad-based game, a lot of times people don't really, you know, do what they're supposed to. They're not dropping, I mean, you will get medics that will drop health packs. I don't want to say that, you know, medics out there don't drop any health packs, but you definitely don't see it as much as you should, and you don't see them drop, you know, like I said, support drop ammo packs as much as they should. Part of that, especially on PS3, is due to the microphone issues. I mean, the mic is terrible on PS3. It's not anything. I don't want anyone to come in here and be like, that's because PS3 sucks. No, PS3 does not suck, okay? I have all 3 systems. I have the Wii, I have the 360, and I have the PS3. I've had them all since launch day. They don't suck, okay? They're all beautiful flowers in their own right. But for PS3 specifically, we don't have the, you know, cross-game party chat like Xbox does. Obviously, that's a good feature. We, on PS3, wish we had that feature. We're jealous of that, of course. But then again, we don't pay for our online, so there are some trade-offs. I mean, we do expect Xbox to have some, you know, better features, better online support, more dedicated servers on a lot of their stuff, just because you're paying for the online, so it should be a better product. But that being said, it's not that the PS3's, you know, product is bad. It's just it comes down a lot of times, especially with game chat, to the developers. You can't rely on having, you know, this regular party chat across all games, that if the mics don't work, you can just go into party chat and everything's, you know, dandy. Well, you don't have that on PS3, so if for instance here, DICE did a terrible job on the mics, it's happened in other games. I mean, they usually end up fixing it, like some of the other Battlefields had problems, especially on PS3. They just really don't have the mic system down, so hopefully they'll get the hang of that. I mean, why they don't have that, can't get that right on these huge games like Battlefield, then I don't know. They've had them work before. I just don't understand sometimes what seems like a simple problem ends up becoming just a giant problem. But anyway, I'm nitpicking here. PS3 is still a great system. It's, you know, capable of a lot of good things as long as the game is built right for the PS3. So, and right here, in retrospect, I really probably should have gone in earlier to try and plant this MCOM. It's not that I don't want to play the, you know, PTFO, but I really just thought, you know, hey, I'm doing a good job at slaying. I should try and hold. I'm pushing their whole line back. If I can hold these guys off and really push their line back, you know, one of my guys can get in there and plant, and it won't just be a wasted plant. We'll actually get to, you know, defend the whole plant and let it count down. But clearly, you know, my guys don't get in there and plant some of these bombs sometimes, which I end up going in and going, all right, I got to get in there myself and try and get a plan off. But I'm not just trying to go for kills right there. I really am, in the process of what I'm thinking, I'm really trying to just hold them back. I'm like, I'm pushing their whole team back. If I can do this by myself, one of my guys should be able to get in there and plant that bomb. But hopefully I don't get bashed too much for it, because I really do play the objective a lot in pretty much every game. I mean, granted, there are times when you're just not going to. You're doing something stupid. You're off in a stationary AA gun and you're just wasting your time. Or I mean, there's some times where you're just playing the game and you're just having fun. But for the most part, I am always playing to win, and I want that win. I'm doing whatever I need to do to get that win. So if it's Conquest and we're down, I am hopping on points. Even if we're not down, I'm hopping on points like crazy, defending flags. It's why I've lost very few Conquest games total. I think at one point when I was at like 115 Conquest games, I had like 103 wins. It was something like that. I really, like I said, do play for the objective, so I apologize that some of you guys are going to be like, he could have planted that MCOM already. Well, here I go. I'm going to get a plan off. I actually don't I defend the MCOM, but I don't successfully defend the MCOM because I hate being in the room. I do not want to be in the same room as that MCOM because I feel so vulnerable. I play much better when I can run at someone than when they're running at me. So I step out and I think, oh wait, there's a guy in there. Run out, see this guy here, and I'm like, let me take this guy out. I knew there was another guy near the MCOM, but I didn't realize he's going to go around from behind, hop up in there, and now I don't have a shot on him. So kind of a little fail there. Didn't get that MCOM off, but what are you going to do? You live, you learn, all that junk. But you know, one thing that I did learn from playing these rush games like I did here, like I said, I think I've played about 5 rush maps at this point. You know, like I said, this series here with my friends here was the first time that I played rush on the phone. We played some squad rush a little bit, and I hated that because squad rush is really messed up. But especially what I mean by that is you can sit back in your spawn if you're attacking, and you don't have to come out. I mean, granted, I guess you could do that here, but you know, you're not going to find a whole team that's willing to do that. Squad rush 4 people, they can definitely want to sit back in their spawn. But I really didn't expect the maps to look so different. I mean, feel so different on Rush than on Conquest. I just kind of figured, hey, it's going to be, you know, feel like the same map. It's going to be cut off in little parts, and it's really not going to give me a feel of a new map. But that's one thing I learned. It really does. They feel like completely different maps than the Conquest maps. So I'm not tired of Conquest, but as I start to wear down maybe and get a little bored with Conquest, I definitely will be playing some more Rush because, like I said, I want to play those objective modes. I have a lot more fun than just playing like a TDM. And this is I fast forward this part up here because nothing happens other than me getting embarrassed by Jet, and no one wants to see that. I mean, I could have cut it out, but why cut it out? And is this? Yeah, this is it. What the heck? Why do I always do that? I never successfully parachute out of vehicles. I always think, hey, there's the place that I need to be. Let me just jump out of my jet right now, and I get that gray screen, and I'm like, are you kidding me? And you never make it back in time. At least I don't. It's always just guaranteed death. At least there I got to take out a mortar guy who was just sitting back, not really, I'm going to say not really contributing. I mean, say what you want about mortars, but I don't really like when I see someone on mortars that's on my team because I'm like, I could use you up to the front. A lot of times you'll see that mortar guy and he has like no kills or he has like no score, and while it may be fun, I've used a mortar, they're not that great, okay? Maybe if you have, you know, someone up in a Mav painting everything, then it's useful, but for the most part, especially like earlier in this game where you see like, you know, 3-4 guys on mortars at the same team, that is not helping your team, okay? I'm not saying don't use your stuff. Use whatever you want to use, but just try and be wary of when it helps your team and when it doesn't. So anyway, guys, hope you liked this video. This was my first video for Pixel Enemy, and if you're unfamiliar with me, go ahead and check out my channel. Had a little comedy in this one. Don't always put the comedy in. Sometimes it's pretty straight-laced, but I'm a funny guy, and I like to, you know, put some comedy in when I can. So I'm trying to work those in my videos a little bit more. Hope you guys liked it. Let me know in the comments. Oh, look how sexy that is. MVP medal? Oh, that's my second MVP medal. That means 100 first places. I mean, I think at a certain point, I did kind of slow down on my MVPs, but for a while there, I was getting about a 46% first MVP rate. That doesn't include second MVP and third MVP. So clearly I PTFO a lot. I got a 590 score there. Range anywhere from 585 to 620. But oh my god, you again? Seriously, what do you want?
The Gutenberg don't play. Best watch your back homes.